These sweet treats have been delighting folks for generations.
Shortbread, fresh raspberries, and a sweet glazed topping.
They're so good you won't even have time to put them on a platter.
No, you won't.
At least when the Loon's around.
Right?
So I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My Linzer loving Loon.
That's right.
Triple L. And I'm a Linzer loving Chris. And so, I'm so excited. So we're going to make, these have been around since, like, I swear, the 1600s.
The dawn of time.
It feels that way forever. And so they're so good, they're simple, and they're homemade. So let's do it.
And the fresh raspberries. Oh,
Totally delicious.
Look at these bags. Oh,
Yeah.
Just want to shove them all in my mouth right now.
Chock full of yumminess. So we're going to start with 3 cups of flour, and you. Oh,
Actually, he's going to make me zest the lemon
we love watching the Loon zest
right now because apparently I take forever in doing things.
You would think you'd be quicker at doing something called zesting, because you're pretty zesty. Anyway, I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour. He's going to do the zest of a lemon, hopefully within the next hour. I've got 3 cups of just regular granulated sugar that we're adding.
Hold on, I had to take the sticker off.
Yeah, okay. Probably should have washed that, but I did actually.
You did
this
wash
is 3 cups of dark brown sugar. You could use light if you wanted to. I just love that molasses flavor. And then we've got a half a teaspoon of salt. How are we doing?
I'm doing good. The lemon and the raspberry, y'all.
Oh yeah,
so
it really.
good. Hold on.
I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to mix this together. So this may seem like an incredible amount of batter that we're doing here, but what this does,
It actually is.
it is, but it makes this. I love.
It does both, the top and the
It
bottom.
does the top and the bottom, but it makes a really thick shortbread type base that is just, and it really counters the sort of like the tartness of the raspberries. And I know there's something about this whole flavor combination that goes together that is absolutely spectacular.
Wait, hold on. I got a whole bunch on this side.
Okay.
There you go. Hold on. Hold. See, it did take me forever.
Well, I know. That's why I got you started early. Okay. So now, and this is great because all of this can be made early. I've made a day or two in advance. Now we've got a massive amount of.
The crust can be made a day
Actually,
in advance?
everything can be made. Yeah, I mean, the crust can be made in advance, but you can also make, because these are so good served room temperature. We did actually have some family over after I'd made them the day before. Devoured.
So good. It's kind of like they just kind of get into their flavors even the day after.
They get into their flavor.
Get into their
So now
flavors.
this massive amount of butter that I just added it's a cup and a half. So that's 3 sticks.
3 sticks of butter, y'all.
I think we're going to change the name of our thing that we do to How to Feed a Loon with Butter.
Yeah.
We love to cook with butter, but it's so good. I mean, why not? So anyway,
No, why not?
I'm cutting this in with a pastry cutter. If you don't have one of those, most people don't worry about it. You can use this
Like a fork?
with a pair, two forks. But what I did to make it kind of easier is when you want them nice and cold, I just cut the butter into little cubes and then just keep them in the refrigerator until they're nice and cold. Okay, and you want them to be kind of lumpy like that, sort of like pea-sized pieces of
Because then that butter melts and everything gets molded together.
That's right. Now we're going to take about 3/4 of this, and it's
right.
going to be a little crumbly. That's okay, because that's why we have all that butter. Like Wesley said, it's going to just all come together and make
melts
this
together, and it's just that wonderful shortbread.
So start flattening it.
Oh, I thought you wanted to.
No,
Okay.
we can flatten as we go.
All right, I'm flattening with my hands, folks. I got clean hands.
Yeah. And just go for it.
Do you want to help me?
I will.
Okay, well, all right. Here we go.
So anyway, we are going to continue to do this.
Here, I got it.
You got it. All right.
Is that all? I think that's not 3/4 of that.
Well, it's okay.
Come on, more.
You could do a lot on the top too.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Come on, give me some more.
Okay.
Come on.
That's good.
There we go.
Fun time. So anyway, after he finishes compacting this, you could also use the bottom of like a bowl would work, or the bottom of a measuring cup. That works great. But your hands are perfect as long as they're nice and clean.
Yeah.
I've got my oven preheated to 350. Did you tell them that you?
Oh, I buttered it.
You want to prepare. This is also. We're not telling you anything. It's like we've never done this before.
But I think they saw the butter.
A 10 by 10 pan works nicely. You can also use like an 8 by 11. A 9 by 13 you could do. It's just your thicknesses are going to be a little off, and we think this works really well in a 10 by 10 pan. Anyway, I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and it's only going to go for like 15 minutes, and then we're going to cool it and then make the filling.
All right, I'm going to put it in.
Oh, it's already smelling fantastic.
It does.
Look at
that
beautiful.
looks gorgeous.
So it's going to be nice and bubbly because of the butter.
Look at that.
Isn't that
Oh,
gorgeous?
thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, y'all. That looks like shortbread to me.
I know, and then it kind of settles, and it's just, so it needs a little time to cool off. And so we are going to make this raspberry filling. It's so good. So we got 4 cups of fresh raspberry. If you can, please try to seek out fresh. I had no trouble finding it at the store. Sometimes, I think they're in season now. Sometimes they can be a little hard to find. You can use frozen in a pinch. Just find fresh if you can. This is what I'm trying to say. This is a 1/3 cup of sugar, and then we've got a tablespoon of cornstarch, which is just going to act as...
That's it?
That's it. And there's so much flavor in these...
sorry, go ahead.
No, there's just so much flavor in these raspberries, and they'll release their own juices. It's like, when we make the blueberry cobbler.
Yes.
And we make that blueberry topping for the pancakes that you love so much.
Yes.
And it just makes its own incredible sauce.
So the cornstarch then acts as a thickener.
It does act as a thickener. So this is only going to take just a couple of minutes, and then we're going to need to let it cool too. Okay, here we are. Isn't this beautiful? I love these colors. So I let this cook. It doesn't take long, like really only about 2 minutes, and you just keep stirring. And I like to leave it a little chunky. Leave some raspberries, some partially whole, and then we transferred it into just like a heat-proof bowl like this. And you want it to cool because it will start to thicken somewhat. It doesn't have to cool completely. And this we let cool off as well. And you can even stick it in the fridge to help expedite that process. Okie dokie. So now we're just
Quit talking.
I know. Let's get to work here. Let's do it.
Look at that gorgeous color.
Now you understand why people have been loving this for years. I was going to say earlier, this is traditionally also really, I think it maybe originated as a cookie. Linzer cookies are super popular, and but the Linzer bars, I think, are just... They're beautiful. They're fun to serve to a crowd. And
now, why haven't you never made a cookie?
Well, because I just love I love the idea of a Linzer bar. I think it's fun.
Look at that.
And I'll have to do that. I'll have to make Linzer cookies. Okay, so now get to topping it.
All right, here, let's help me top.
All right. So then now this may seem like a lot, and but it's not. It's not. It'll just form this wonderful, like I always call it a crumble. But you want, and it'll soak into those raspberries.
Oh yes. Oh, I'm getting messy here.
I know.
That's
I'm going to help you along.
That's okay. It's okay.
And that butter is going to just melt, and it's going to get a kind of a crumbly top on.
Don't push it around. You don't want any of that raspberry to get on top of it.
Okay. But if some seeps up, and it will, usually that's perfectly fine.
I guess.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on.
So now,
a little more. Come on, Chris. Well, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So now I've got really floury hands, but that's okay. We've got our oven still set at 350 degrees. This is going to go for 25 minutes, and it should be just perfect. But you're definitely going to want to let it cool off before you add that delicious glazed topping. Okay. We're getting close.
It smells so good, y'all.
It does. Oh my gosh, it's so tempting just to dig into these right now, and these beautiful. So it doesn't get like super like overly brown on top. That's normal, and but it is important. Wesley hates this, but you do need to let these cool for somewhat. I would let them go for an hour because then you're going to drizzle that topping over the top, and you don't want it to completely melt and just go liquid. But anyway, we're getting so close.
Yes.
It's Linzer time!
Yay! Look at how gorgeous that is.
So beautiful. So we let these completely cool. We expedited it a little bit in the refrigerator. And so the Loon is going to do the honors of cutting these babies up.
Yes. Make them little squares.
These babies are, because you saw the butter and all this, so they are pretty rich. They're super good. They taste really homemade.
Yes.
But I wouldn't, don't give someone a big giant one because they're going to be like, oh, I can't eat it all. So I'd give them a small one and then let them go.
They're rich, but they also have a tanginess to them.
They do. They're just loaded with flavor. So here I'm going to make a glaze.
And give me a knife too, if you don't mind.
Oh, a knife? Oh, yeah. I thought you only like to use a spatula.
Well, I just need to get it started with a spatula.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So you're hearing us discuss the ways of doing this. So you can use a knife or a spatula or both.
There we go.
So I'm going to make a glaze. This is just a simple, really sweet, really delicious glaze. I've got a 1.5 cups of confectioners or powdered sugar. And here I have got, this is a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. You could use half and half or milk if you prefer, but I mean, we've gone this far. Why not do the heavy cream?
You have three sticks of butter.
At this point, we're really not too worried about the diet. And here I've got a half a teaspoon of almond extract. I don't cook with almond extract that much, but it's classic with this, and a little goes a long way. It's much more potent than, say, vanilla extract, so try not to go overdo it, but it adds an amazing flavor. And then you just stir this up.
I can't believe how quickly that comes together.
I know. What, the glaze?
The glaze.
Oh, it's so simple. Well, you know, when you're talking about the base is powdered sugar, a little heavy cream, what more do you need other than a little almond extract? Now, what you want to do, did you do it?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
Oh, are you going to, well, when are you going to start? Oh, you want me to get this?
Yeah, I want to have this
Right.
space over here.
So now you want to get this, I always, every
scoot
time
over this
it's one of those things, every time I do it, it's a little bit different. They're like snowflakes, and so I always have. What you want it to be is nice and thick. It's like a glaze, but it should be also pourable. That's actually pretty good. I always have a little extra.
Look at how delicious that looks.
Lovely.
Oh.
And that was the first one. Usually we say the first one, is the sacrifice slice. But you did great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I found my new calling. What's a Linzer cutter?
Well, put that on your resume. Okay, I'm going to add just, like I said, always have a little extra cream and a little extra powdered sugar so you can keep stirring it until you get just to that perfect.
Oh, I did make the bottoms really big.
That's okay. That's like what we said. It's
a lot of shortbread on the bottom there.
I love that. I love that ratio because the raspberries are tart and they're really good. So they really work well.
Yeah,
with
y'all, look at how cute those are.
And they really are super cute. Like I said, we had made these
cute.
super duper cute. We made these and the family came over the other
Here,
day.
why don't we save these for? Sorry, let's save these for later.
Yeah. Let's
for
save
the family, which you're about ready to say.
Let's save them for a Linzer day. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, I was in the midst of saying that the family came over and they were like, what is that?
I know.
We said, oh.
It was 2 days after we made them, too. That's how great they stay.
Yeah. So, and then you can do this in the pan or you can do it like this, which for a dramatic effect. And you're going to guess which one we're going to do. Yeah.
Look at that glaze.
I know. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna bring this
Look
over
at this. Now let's just look at these for a second.
Shall we admire them for a moment?
Look at that.
These are all amazing. All right.
I want that one.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna make this so it's a beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
Oh wow.
Now
hold on.
Oh, you're gonna give me an extra.
I'm gonna give you a little more just because.
An extra drizz.
I'm gonna give you a drizz. It's so dramatic.
Oh, okay.
Because it needs a little more calories.
I can't. Yeah, just a little more sugar, please.
Yep.
Thank you. Oh,
well. Okay. Thank you. I'm so excited. Okay.
Yay!
I'm good with the
All
drizz.
right, y'all. I'm just gonna cut into this.
But see, look at that. Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh my God, that shortbread. I just salivated.
Yo, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I just picked this up.
Just do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a reason why these have been around for generations.
I know.
Holy moly! Holy raspberry!
Oh my gosh, they're so.
All right. Before I start bouncing off the walls. Oh.
Aren't they amazing? I haven't made these in a long time. I used to make them all the time.
Thanks for the extra drizz. I really appreciate it.
Well, you deserve it.
You guys, the shortbread underneath, it's still a little warm, which I like.
Yeah, you can do it a little warm. Yeah.
And then the layer of the raspberries, which is tart, it's not like super tart, but it's got a tartness to it. And then you had that.
The drizzle. I know.
These are 10,000% Loon approved.
All right.
Wow.
Like I said, our family came over, and we have some picky eaters, as we all have in our families. And they're like, I don't know if I like raspberries. And they're all like, oh my God, I want more.
I love it.
I know, it's so good. You guys, and you saw it's fun to make. It's easy to make. You can make it in stages. You can make it a day or two in advance. Have we convinced you? You should really do it.
Make a Linzer bar.
You won't regret it.
No.
Bye, everybody. We love you.